Heather Howard with Star 94.1. We're Jingle Jam. I am here with Kelly Cheese.
Hi.
Who is the executive producer
Yep.
of the Jeff and Jen show.
Yep.
So, Kelly, let's just start from the beginning. How did this partnership come about where you are now working on the Jeff and Jen show?
It's actually kind of a funny story. I met Jen while I was managing a retail store in Ponce City Market.
Okay.
It's called Lulu. It's like an accessory store, like scarves and stuff. She was looking for a little hat for one of her girls, and we didn't have any, but we struck up a conversation because I had worked in radio very briefly before, and she's a radio girl. So we just kind of hit it off. She told me there was a potential project that she might be able to use me on. I gave her my phone number, and she actually lost it, which is really funny. And I'm off of work one day, and the girls are calling me, and they're like, hey, this blonde girl, Jen, I think is her name.
Were you like, Jen Hobby?
And I was like, what? And they were like, yeah, that blonde lady that came in the other day, she called because she lost your number, but we didn't want to give it to her because we didn't know. And I was like, no. And they go, but we got her number.
So you can call her.
Yeah.
Okay, so you called Jen, and then you guys hit it off, and the rest is history?
Yeah, she's like, I need you to meet my buddy Jeff. We're going to go get coffee. And I'm just like, I know exactly who you're talking about, but I played it cool. Like,
Right.
oh, your buddy Jeff. Okay. And so I went and got coffee with them, and they had just started the show. So they brought me on in April. It was
Okay, so
great.
you had said you'd been in radio before and you were doing retail, so this was like a change for you career-wise.
big time.
So what has that been like for you to now, you're managing a store and now you're managing sort of Jen and Jeff,
I
in
know,
the
that's
show.
exactly what I'm doing.
So tell us a little bit about that role and what it's been like for you.
Well, what's funny is when I was doing this, I was still managing. So I would do the show in the morning and then manage at night. So I think Jeff really honed in, and Jen kind of already saw it from seeing me at the store, realizing that I could manage a group of people and a schedule and retail and inventory. So they put me into the assistant producer role. And then as the executive producer role kind of came about, they were just like, you're really good at managing things. We need you to manage us.
Right.
And the show and everything that kind of goes into it, just to make sure everything's falling in line. So
and we
it's been
hear
great.
you a lot on the show because, Jen has had to be out some and you've
Right.
filled in a lot. So what has that been like for
Yeah,
you?
and same with Jeff. Jeff was out for his wedding, so
Right, the wedding.
yeah. What's nice is I had experience. I was very lucky getting into radio. I had an afternoon drive show, so I was on from noon to 4, and I just kind of jumped right in one day when they needed me to fill in for a funny bit, and I'm really comfortable behind the mic because of that. And I think they've kind of seen that, and then they want to bring more of it out of me. So they challenged me. When Jen was out, you're gonna have to fill in those shoes. So I was excited to step in, but it's so nerve-wracking because
Okay.
people are used to Jeff and Jen.
Yeah.
So when you step in, it's like, do you hate me or do you like me? Is
We
this
like
bad?
you. We like
Okay,
you. We
cool.
like you for sure. Now, so far on the show, is there a moment so far that you're just like, that was awesome? Like it was just
Yeah.
a really special moment for you.
There have been a bunch of those. One of the first ones was I always saw or heard Jeff and Jen working together before and seeing them now. But when we found out everything about Reese, I just will never forget how everyone in the entire office, too, not just in the studio, stepped up and stepped in, and they were just like, how can we help and where do you need me? And just seeing how brotherly that Jeff is towards Jen and that brother-sister bond that they have was that anytime I see that, I'm like, it clicks. And that's always a really cool moment because I feel like the little stepsister,
Yeah. Well, the genuine relationship and friendship comes across, which I think the listeners really, really love.
For sure.
So finally, what are we going to see in 2017 with Jeff and Jen show? What do you think?
A lot of exciting new stuff. We're all about laughing and having a good time and being entertaining and just making sure that while you're sitting still on 285 that you're enjoying it, So a lot of that, but also a lot more of interactive stuff where we're going to be out there doing little dinners or little shows and things like that.
All right. Well, I am looking
exciting.
forward to it. I know
Me
your listeners
too.
are too. Kelly, thank you so much
Thank you.
for talking
Thank
to
you.
me. We are behind the scenes here at Star 94.1's Jingle Jam.